All right, everybody, welcome back. This is tutorial number 2 in the sourdough bread baking. Got a cup of coffee at the moment, so that's going to help me out. That's just general advice. All right, so we have, we're about 25-30 minutes from when I stopped the last video and covered up the dough, which you can see is still just this shaggy mess. All right, so this tutorial is about stretch and fold. We're gonna do the initial one, then we will have anywhere from 2 to 4 more, just depending on how strong the dough gets. So stretch and fold is a term just like kneading, except for this bread, we're not kneading it, we're stretching and folding it. Stretching and folding is simply just a gentler way of doing what kneading does, which is stretching and reincorporating dough back into itself. What this does, it takes all the gluten proteins, it stretches them out over and over. So kind of like a rubber band again. So it makes them strong. It builds it. Gluten's a protein that continues to grow stronger the more you work the dough. That's what gives it its lift. That's why bread holds its shape. That's also why celiac people cannot eat wheat or gluten. Don't know the science behind that. I'm sure Lindsay knows and she can tell you guys all about it. All right, so all right, I'm gonna start here. First, my hands are still clean, but they're dry. If you put dry hands into this dough, it's gonna stick like crazy to your hands. So we're going to just gently wet our hands here. Gently, just get them a little bit wet. They don't need to be soaking wet, just a little bit. And we're gonna start by taking whichever your dominant hand is and go towards the back of the dough here. And you're just gonna kind of lift it a little bit like this and fold it over. I let that rip a little bit right there. You wanna be careful actually not to do that. At this point, you really do not wanna rip your dough. You wanna stretch it, but not rip it or tear it. So I'm just kind of taking it. So imagine your hand is kind of like a flipper, or your hand is inside of an oven mitt. You do not wanna squeeze your dough. You're just gonna kind of wanna get underneath it, fingers together, kind of underneath it. Use a thumb, kind of pick it up a little bit and just fold it over like that. So this is the initial series of stretch and fold. It's okay if it's a little rough, this first one. It'll start to come together as we do more of these, as we do more sets of these. So as you see me kind of shaking it a little bit, that's just to kind of release it from the bowl and to help give it a nice stretch in here. So this initial set of stretch and folds, you can be a little bit more rough with the dough because it's still pretty resilient at this point. It starts to get a little bit more delicate as time goes on. But as you can see, we're already starting to see this take on a shape of a ball versus that big shaggy mess that we had earlier. So I'm just gonna do just a few more. You don't need to do this many. I'm doing this many just for the tutorial's sake. But I'm gonna go ahead and just pause it right there. So again, still looks like a little bit of a shaggy mess, but it's starting to see that it's already got a little bit of a ball shape coming here. So we are done now. So I'm gonna put the lid back on this, or your towel or saran wrap, whatever you wanna use. And now I'm going to set a timer for 30 minutes and then we'll do our next series of stretch and folds. So that's it for now.